and I'm delighted to be joined by an actress whose new book is a no-holds-barred insight into her stellar showbiz career. It's called Behind the Shoulder Pads, Tales I Tell My Friends. And as one of those friends, I've heard a lot of these tales. Dame Joan Collins, great to see you.
Well, great to see you too, Peter.
How are you?
It's wonderful. I'm pretty exhausted. I've been on the tour with my show, Behind the Shoulder Pads again. And this is my one day off. And
you come in to do this?
Only for you, Piers, would I come in.
Thank you, Joan. Are you wearing shoulder pads tonight?
A little bit of shoulder
And
pads.
what lurks behind them?
What lurks behind all kinds of secrets that I'm not going to tell you. Just have to read my book.
Let me just want to start on a slightly serious note, but we can't ignore this extraordinarily sad, horrible story that's come out of Israel. What do you make of this?
Well, it's barbaric. I mean, it's one of the... I can't think of anything that has upset me more other than 9/11. And I don't really want to talk about it too much because I get upset. So if you want me to be crying during your show, go ahead.
No, I tell you, I myself choked up earlier reading this new revelation about 40 babies being killed.
Oh, my God.
And some of them being beheaded. And I was like, how can any human being do that to a baby?
I don't know. I don't know. It's totally barbaric. It's not the sort of thing a human being does.
No.
It's an animal. And I just... I've been very upset ever since this happened. I've been watching all the news. I've been reading all the reports. And all I can say is that I, and you know, everybody else, I'm sure, is just shocked and horrified. And I mean, do you remember 9/11?
Yeah.
Do you remember how, I mean, we heard all the stories all the time, and you remember where you were? I mean, I remember exactly where we were. And I think that, you know, we'll remember this, like you remember...
Well, you remember images. I mean, I remember at 9/11, the haunting images of people jumping out of the towers.
Oh, my God.
And when we realised what it was, just how everybody felt.
Yes.
And this time, that poor young girl who's being kidnapped from the music festival, and you know, later you see her body, and then the grandmother who survived the Holocaust, and she's being taken away, and she's just sitting proudly and defiantly as they take her away to what? I mean, probably some horrific murder. And you think this woman survived the Holocaust.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's beyond depravity.
Yeah, it is. It's barbarism. It's completely vile and hateful. And I can't think that anybody can possibly condone it in any way, shape or form.
You can't if you have an ounce of humanity.
Yeah.
The Holly Willoughby story that's broken tonight.
Oh,
Joan.
Holly. Yes.
I mean, we know Holly really well.
Very well.
She's great
yes.
fun. She's a great presenter.
I know. She's
been
lovely.
through a rough old year anyway with the Philip
Yes.
Schofield scandal. But this is, I mean, again, a shocking story that somebody has now been charged with plotting to kidnap and murder.
Murder her and her children. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think this whole thing comes down to too much social media. Too many people I mean, she's there in your living room every morning for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
She's pretty, she's funny, she's cute. She's not too controversial, but I'm sure that occasionally she says something that is. And somebody gets attached to her, somebody thinks she's, you know, that he can go after her. It's happened to lots of people in the public. It happened to me in a little way.
Did it?
You know, yes, I kept on getting these letters from this man who was in Sing Sing. And he said that he wanted to marry me.
Really?
And he sent me pictures of himself saying, I'm in for a murder I didn't commit. Well, they always say that, don't they? And there was a picture of him naked lying on his bunk.
And he was a murderer?
Well, that's what he said, but he didn't do it. But this was many years ago when I was a pin-up girl, darling. I was a pin-up girl once.
You're a pin-up girl now, for some of us. But when you look at your career, has it changed, do you think, the nature of that kind of attention on particularly female stars, or was it always a bit of a problem?
No, it has changed. It's much, much more. Before, we had to watch out for the producers and the directors and some of the leading men and the CEOs and the heads of the companies and the, you know, the guys who run the studio. Now you have to watch out for people on social media that are going to try and get you and attack you and say horrible things about you. Because whatever, we're still human beings.
Yeah.
We don't like people to say nasty
But also,
things about
what's
us.
happened is, on social media, you know, I like to express opinions, right?
Oh, you do?
By the way, so do you when we had dinner together. But I know but you're careful on social media, and I know why. We talked about this, because the reaction can be horrible, right?
Yes, it can.
And many people feel cowed now into not wanting to express opinions. I found that so sad.
Well, cowed is not rather a nasty word. I think smart enough not to put
Right.
yourself in the broiling pit of hatred and venom, which is what a lot of it is.
Right.
I mean, let's face it. I don't go on TikTok, although people are saying I've got to go on TikTok.
TikTok's big.
I know it's big. Yeah, that's the
Do you know, it's the
pictures
number
that
one
got
news
smoke.
source for kids under 21
Well,
in the world.
I'm not a kid under 21. So
You look like you're not far off.
yeah, sure.
People always say to me, when we post pictures of our little gallivanting around the world,
Oh.
they always say the same thing. How does Joan Collins look so young? And what is the answer?
Lucky, good genes, handsome parents, lots of face cream, keep out of the sun, and read my book.
Or my books.
Yeah, or your book. I've read your books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've read
The
yours.
next one coming out.
I'm working on it.
Oh, of course you are.
I'm working on it now.
Yeah.
There's a lot that needs to be said.
Well, this is my 19th book, Behind the Show.
Is it really?
Yeah, and it's coming out in America on the 24th of this month. And I've been touring with the play, not the play. I mean, Percy and I have been kidding each other on the stage. Are you coming to see us on?
Yeah, I want to come and see
Oh,
it.
good, good.
But the other thing about you, other than your obvious glamour,
Yeah.
it's the work ethic is what I've always loved about you. You have an incredible work ethic. Where does that come from?
Parents. I was very lucky. I had, the perfect kind of nuclear family parents. I had a tough father who was quite strong and, very strong, and loving and sweet mother who didn't want to do anything but look after her children and make sure that they were safe and that they were taken care of, and she gave us the right food. And but my father had this.
We've got a picture of him actually on the screen, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
I think Percy looks a little bit like himself. Freudian.
Well, we've got a picture of Percy to tell. Look at Percy. He's a
Yeah.
handsome man, Percy.
Yeah, he is.
He's my age, isn't he?
I don't know. I never talk about
Yeah,
it.
we're about the same age, me
Yeah.
and Percy.
Good for you.
I think he's aging better than me.
No, but I want to tell you my father's credo.
Yeah.
He said, nobody will ever do anything for you. You have to do everything for yourself.
And do you believe that?
Oh, I know it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, even now you ask your agent to do something. Well, not your agent, but you ask somebody to do something. And it's always best if you do it yourself,
Yeah.
I think. And, you go shopping. And anyway,
Listen, I know that's your mantra. I see it in you every day. It's
well,
incredibly
my
impressive.
other mantra is eat life or life will eat you.
I love that. Love that.